Hello everyone, welcome to Focal Point. This is the question that was asked in Gate 20, and we have given these two functions, and we are asked that what will be the return value from function 2 if we give the argument of 5. So let's see what will be the output of it. So we are asked that what will be returned by f25. So this is our stack. So I'm going to call our function f2 and giving the argument as 5. So what is the definition of function 2? We are given 5 as a argument, and this is defining our static local variable. So static local variable is defined in the static space. So this is our static space. So we are going to define our um, local static variable. But in a static space, a dedicated memory will be allocated for the function 2, so that whenever a function 2 is called, this static integer I will be accessed. Okay, so a dedicated memory will be allocated for the function f2 for the variable I. So I will be defined and initialized with 0 in here. Okay, and after that we are checking a condition is true because our n is greater than 0, and after that our I, so I is not defined in here in this function. So this is a scoping problem, so it will go and check into the static space. So actually this is a static variable, and that's why it will found in the static space. Okay, so after that we are going to change the value of I and adding the value that will be returned by the function f1. Okay, so we are going to call our function f1 and giving the argument n, that is 5. Okay, so what is going to be done inside the function f1? So again n is equals to 5 we are taken in as an argument, and again our static local variable is defined inside function f1 as well. For the local static variables, a dedicated memory will be allocated for the function f1 for static variable integer I. Okay, so integer I will be defined and initialized in here as well. Okay, so these are different variables, and that is related to function f1 and f2. Okay, so whenever function f1 is called, this value will be accessed, and whenever the function is called, this value will be accessed. Okay, and these are the static local variables, and that's why these variable will be there in the memory till the program execution. Okay, that means if our function is popped out, this memory will not be vanished, so updated value will be accessed. That means this line is executed only once. That means only one time declaration is there, one time declaration and initialization will be there. After that this line will not be executed in the both the functions. Okay, so what is the next what we are going to do? We are checking the conditions and incrementing our I value. So here as well the same concept will be working. I is not defined in here, and that's why it will search into the static variables, and that's why it will found in the static variable and update the value by and increase the value by 1. Okay, so it will be updated from 0 to 1. After that again f1 is called with a decremented value, that is 4, and after that again n will be 4. This is n will be 4, and after that this line is not executed, condition is true, and that's why again our 1 will be updated to 2. Okay, again function f1 will be called, okay, with the decremented value by 1. So again this condition will be true, and this value will be updated again, that will be 3. Okay, after that again it is calling in -1, so f1 2 will be called. Okay, again this value will be updated and increased by 1, that will be 4. Again, so again this function will be called and with a decremented value by 1, so f1 will be called. This condition is true, so this value will be updated by 1, so this value updated value will be 5. Okay, so again this function will be called by decremental value by 1. Okay, so f0 will be called. So now n is equals to 0. Okay, so now this condition will be false, and that's why it will come out of the if condition and return the value of I. So what will be written in here? The I value is 5, and that's why I will be returned to here. So again in the function f1, this was the last line. After that it will come out of the condition, and after that it will again return the value 5, this will again return the value 5, this will return the value 5, this will again return the value 5, and this will return the value 5 in here. Okay, so finally f1 5 will be returning the value 5 to f2. So what will be happening in the f2, we were going to add this number in here. Okay, so 5 will be added in here. Okay, so 5 will be added, and this will update the value of 5 in the function 2. Okay, so this we are working in the function 2. Okay, so this was the value that will be written by f1 and to f2. So these all function will be popped out. Okay, so these all information will be gone. So till here all the function will be popped out, and we were working on our function f2. So this is our stack that is empty now, and after that what we are going to do, we were in here, we have added number 5 in here, and after that we are again going to call a function f2. Okay, so it will be called by a decremented value, and f2 4 will be called in here. So again the whole process will be working. f1 4 will be called in here. Okay, so what is the definition of f2? We will be coming in here, we will check the condition, and again we are going to call something in we are going to add something in here. For that we are going to call our function f1 4. Okay, so again this will call f1 will call f3. Okay, so before that in here function function f4 the value will be updated. Okay, so this value will be updated to 6. Okay, so again again our function f3 will be called, then this value will be again updated to 7, and again this will be calling the function f1, so this will be called, and it will update, keep on calling itself, and this will update the value. Okay, so in here 2 times the value will be increased, so updated value will be 9. Okay, because before that 8 will be there, and after that 9. So after this condition, the condition will be false in here because n is equals to 0, and that's why it will return the value 9. So this is interesting that why we are returning 9, because we are working on static variables, and that's why these value will be retained in the memory, and updated value will be returning, not the starting from 0. That's why 9 will be returned. So it will be returning here to here to here, after that 9 will be returned here, and this will be added into this static memory. So these all function will be gone from the memory, and after that our function f2 3 will be called. Okay, so again it will call 2 to 1 to 0, and this value will be updated by 3, and that's why it will updated value will be 12 in here. Okay, so it will be increased by 3, so this will be written here to here, 12 will be here to here to here to here. Okay, so this will be added in here, so this process will be keep on going. Okay, so after that f2 will be called, so f2 will be called, again value will be updated. Okay, after that f1 will be called, after that 0 will be called, so this value will be updated by 2, value will be again updated by 2, and that's why it will be 14. So 14 will be returned from here to here, after that here to here, and the 14 will be returned from function f2. So after that our f21 will be called. Okay, so because we are decrementing continuously, then our f1 will be called, so f0 will be called, and that's why it will be updated by 1, and that's why it will be 15. So 15 will be returned from here to here, here to here, and here to here. Okay, so now 15 will be added in here, 14 was previously added, and 15 will be added in here. Okay, then our these all function will be popped down from the memory. Okay, and now our function f20 will be called. So f20 will be called, then this value will be wrong, and that's why it will come out of, and then our I value will be returned. So what is the value of I in the function f2? That is 0 plus 5 plus 9 plus 12 plus 14 plus 15. So by adding we will get, we will get 55. Okay, this is 14, 26, 40, and this 55. So 55 will be the answer of it. So 55 will be the answer of it. So what will be printed, or what will be the return value? Return value will be 55. So this is the answer of it. So this is also important that we have static variables in here. So updated value will be written. So we have called one function. So in the first iteration 5 will be written here to here, and after that plus 9 will be written, plus 12 will be written, okay, plus 14 will be written, after that 15 will be written. Okay, so first time this loop is going on for 5 times, for 4 times, for 2 3 times, then one time through time, and then one times. Okay, the return value depend on what is the value of n in function f2. So based on, so only one iteration we have to do, and after that we will get the idea of it, because we are using static variables, and that's why updated value will be written. So the question is very simple, but because of the use of static variables, this makes the question little different and a little difficult. Okay, so these were the questions that was asked in GATE 2020. So you can get what is the how we can execute this. So thank you so much.